So I posted a video about a couple of days ago, maybe a few days ago, depending on when this is posted, about my acne journey. I was trying to keep my video quite short, so I didn't put all the details of the acne like medicine that I took, how I took it, maybe I mentioned how long I took it for, but I didn't really go into the details. In 2016, I decided that it was time for me to seek more drastic measures. I had had acne all my 10 years since I was 12, and I had acne for all my 20s. I did everything. I changed my diet. I cut things out of my diet. I cut out meat, I cut out bread, I cut out potatoes, I cut out carbohydrates, I cut everything. I cut oil out. Oil was the first thing. I did almost everything to fight this acne. I took antibiotics. I even took injectables, like injectable antibiotics to fight acne. I did everything. If you were selling it and I could afford it, I bought it. And so going a little bit back, when I was at university in the UK, I had used this tube. It was called Retin A, and what it basically did, it was a topical version of the medicine I was going to use later. It was a topical version of like vitamin A, and I used to apply that. And what it did, to the best of my knowledge, it thinned out my skin so that I could get less breakouts. And that would work, but as soon it was really expensive for me. It was about 80 pounds at the time, and I was at uni, so I would, scrape and save and, then get it. And that was really tough for me. But what's even worse, when I moved back to Kampala after I was at uni in the UK, I couldn't buy it anymore because they couldn't ship it at that time. I think now you can get it. So as soon as I stopped using it, I would have acne breakout immediately. And that was horrible for me. And so 2016 rolls around and I decide I'm done. So I had cystic acne, like acne so big. I once measured because I tried to squash a pimple and it was that big, it was that thick. I had to cut with a razor blade for it to pour out. So it was blood and pus pouring out of my face. Okay, that's how bad this thing was. And I'd have like one here, another one here at the temples. Oh, the temple ones were so bad. I took antibiotics, medicine. I put antiseptics on my face, Dettol. Look, I did it all. And there was no cure. Honestly, I thought for a second, look, this is my life. You couldn't get it. So 2016, like I say, rolls around. I'm walking in Acacia Mall upstairs, minding my own business, la 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 la, with my oily acne infested face. And I saw this place. It was called Unity Skin Clinic. They had a poster where they say we help with acne, problematic skin, and I thought, what are they going to do that I haven't done already? So I got in there. I spoke to the lady at the counter. She was so kind, and she said, well, today we are not really busy. It was like mid-afternoon. We can see you. And I say, well, why not? So I went in, I saw the dermatologist, and they say, oh, if you're okay, we can actually run the test now and you could live with the medicine today. So I explained to him everything I'd done. He had recommended the Retin A because, they said they could ship it in for me. But I told him I'd already used it and I already had like no success. So he said, well, you need to take Accutane. We have medicine. You take it for 4 months to 6 months. And we monitor you, see how your skin goes and how also your body is reacting to the Accutane, and then we would be seeing if it works well for you. And so I said, yes, absolutely. So long story short, He said, well, first you have to take some tests. They took some blood off, took it to the lab. He asked me to wait. I waited, I think, 45 minutes. It might seem like a long while, but for me it was worthy. And so he said, well, you're a good candidate and you can start today if you don't mind. I don't want to mention the prices because this is now 2020. That was 4 years ago, 2016. So the prices will have radically changed. So I don't want to mention them here. It doesn't make sense. Anywho, so they gave me the medicine. The version of Accutane that I took was called Accutane. I'm gonna write the name down here. I think you can see it. Accutane is the version I took. Again, don't stick too much to my version because the doctor might recommend another brand. That's just a brand name. Because I took two brands, it was Accutane, but I took one brand from Thailand. That was for the first 2 months, and then the second 2 months that ran out, and they ordered for me another brand from Germany. And that was also Accutane. It was also called Accutane, and I took that. And so I started off. Well, the doctor warned me about the side effects. I was warned my skin would break out intensely in the first couple of weeks. I was also told that I might get joint pains, muscle pains, I might get depression, I might personality wise I might be affected because of all these hormonal changes in my body due to the intense I think makeup of the Accutane. Thankfully, I didn't get any of those side effects. Please go to Google and you can type in Accutane. I'm going to write the name there. Or isotretinoin. I'm going to try and put the name here also. And you can check in there and, look at the side effects and everything. But I had no problems at all. So what happened though, the side effect that I know for sure that I had, my skin was so dry. But coming into the story, so I took it for 4 months. The first 1 month, actually to be exact, the first 6 weeks, my skin broke out. It was not a breakout for peace. It was a breakout for the gods. Like it was a breakout, tsunami breakout. My forehead, my cheeks. But let me tell you, every pimple, every cystic pimple that was hiding in my face, the grandfather, the auntie, the relatives, the friend of friends, the ones who are fundraising for the wedding meeting, all those pimples broke out at once. Oh my God.
Okay, Obiri, send me a video. I see what you're buying. I want to see the density of the closure. Sagala is the line already anywhere. Sagala any line anywhere. I just want a full closure. I'll put the lines myself. Love you.
Oh my God. I didn't go out for like 2 weeks. It was a disaster. My skin broke out for the first, let's say, 2 to 6 weeks. Oh my God, it was bad. And then it started drying up while it was still breaking out. It dried up. Like it would break out, and then I'll get scabs on the pimples, and then my skin would dry so much the scabs would start peeling. So I had to use lots of lotion and lots of Vaseline. And I stayed strong. I would go back every 2 weeks. They would have a look at my face and they'll, be patient, and then give me my next dose. And at about week 7, my skin started clearing. Week 8, my skin really cleared. It was still very dry, but it cleared. The pimples dried up. The cysts dried up. One thing that they told me clearly was not to squash. I was a master squasher. I had a PhD in squashing. I would squash any pimple. It was so hard for those 6 weeks to not squash anything, but I didn't. I had to trust the process. I didn't squash anything. I stayed true to the medicine, and like I said, week 7, 8, it dried out. My skin was still pretty dry, but no pimples now. So the cysts dried up by themselves. Because the doctors also mentioned to me, I think I've said this earlier, how the medicine works is by killing off the majority of fat cells in that targeted area. And so it really killed off the majority of the fat cells. I used to also get acne on my chest, and I used to get acne on my back also. That I can't even remember the last time. I can't. I mean, I got a little spot here, like I think a day ago. Yeah, right here. But that's very tiny. I don't even think it was like a spot. So it kills off the fat cells everywhere and anywhere, the majority of them. And so, 6 to 8 weeks, I'm doing really well. My skin starts, healing. The one thing that I noticed, I had fine lines, they disappeared. The texture, I had a lot of texture in my face that disappeared. My face became almost flawless. I looked different. Everyone who met me was like, "What's up with you? Like, you look different." And I was like, and then at about 3 months, my skin was still dry, but not so dry. It stopped being super dry. I just started wearing really minimal makeup. And so what happened was I went to the doctors 4 weeks. Now, wait, 16 weeks. So at 14 weeks, which should be about 3 months and a half, I went back to the doctors. My skin was perfect. They gave me the last dose. I was like, I don't need it. No, well, you do. Finish your dose. And I finished that. And that was it. And my Accutane has been gone since then. It has been 4 years. I haven't had any instance, any problem, any situation where that acne has decided, hey, Bananga sister, I missed you, I'm back. No, I will be like, no, you're not welcome in this family. You're not welcome in this area. Like, no. And no, I don't regret. If I can come in, I'm wearing makeup now, and you can see there's still pits there. This is why I wear a bit of concealer on my cheeks, because I'm not wearing foundation with this makeup. This is like foundation free makeup. I'm not wearing any concealer with it. But I love my face. I love my skin. I can just wake up and go outside to the shop, take my little boys to school, do whatever I can without makeup. It was worth it. Let's get a discussion going. Like, if you had a chance to improve anything, would you do it? Because issue's real. All right, I'll see you then. See you soon.